Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl, More Ash, of course, the Gumbo Show, baby. We are back another week, another virtual live episode. I am here with an amazing, very special, and very particular guest today. She goes by the name of Agent Ask, and we're going to get into our superhero mode as we dive right into this thing. So, first and foremost, welcome to our platform. Thank you so much for your time, for being willing to come in character today and to kind of just talk about you, yourself, your brand, and what you do. So I want to thank you first for being here.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
so welcome. So I'm going to jump right into this thing. The first question that I have for you today is I just want to get to know you a little bit more about you and then your brand. So who are you? Not Agent Ask. Talk to us a little bit about who you are, where you come from, a little bit about your background, and then we'll jump into the character.
Aside from Agent Ask, my name is Cree. Cree Montague, Atlanta native. All things Atlanta, literally grew up right downtown. So you have the city girls and then you have the city girls.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm from a community called Pittsburgh. And when
Okay.
I tell people that, usually they think Pittsburgh Steelers, Pittsburgh, up north, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just let them go with it because I'm like, so many people don't know that Atlanta has a Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it was very poverty stricken
Mm-hmm.
growing up. And it still very much is, and it's going through that gentrification process right now. But that's where I'm from. Went to school at Grady High School, which is right in the city. Went to Georgia State, which is right downtown.
Yeah, Georgia, Georgia. You're a Grady baby.
No, so I'm not a Grady baby.
Okay.
I am a South Fulton baby, which isn't even a hospital anymore. It
Okay.
was off of Cleveland Avenue, obviously when I was born, but
Mm-hmm.
like what Wellstar, some kind.
Yeah, like an outpatient
Yeah,
or a well care center.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my hospital isn't even there anymore. So I just was born nowhere, honestly.
You real Atlanta. Okay. You know, when they start making new stuff, tearing stuff down, and you remember stuff that used to be there, that's real Atlanta. So
Wow, that used to be Miss Winters. Wow,
mm-hmm.
nothing. Wow, that used to be a dump site. Okay, all right. That used to be a school. Okay,
Then
okay.
you have little old people like myself who just move into Atlanta and all this stuff just looks so pretty and we just think it's been like that forever. We don't know nothing. But it's the same everywhere. I'm from St. Louis and it's like when I go back home, it's the same thing. I'm like, oh my God, when did they tear that down? Or when did they build that? Or why did they put a stop sign or a stoplight right there? That's stupid, stuff like that because we've been there our whole life and we know like it wasn't no stoplight right here. Now why I'm gonna stop now, type of a thing. So that's part of like growing up somewhere and just kind of knowing your city. I feel like it's one of the perks. You remember the old and you get to see the new. And as it transitions, as you transition in your life, you get to see, your hometown transition right along with you.
Mhm.
So Agent asks, I am so intrigued by the character and the it's not even a character, it's its own, she's her own person. So this person that you've created with such good intention. So I see you in uniform and in her what do you call it, attire. Talk to me a little bit about Agent Ask. Who is Agent Ask and how did this come about?
So I used to do something called Questions with Cree. And I still do. And I honestly want to get back into it because that's my first love. But I realized that with doing Questions with Cree, everybody needs advice. Every
Yeah.
question, no matter how old you are, you're always going to be a freshman. And while I was going through college, I was so frustrated because I'm like, oh my gosh, I am a sophomore in college and I still feel like a freshman. Like every
Mm-hmm.
year, I'm a freshman to something. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand. I was what, like 18. I didn't understand that. Okay, Crete, it's okay to have questions. It's okay to ask. Like you are going to forever have questions and need advice. And I don't know, thought that by 18 I would know more. Like I thought. I just don't know what I thought. And so I got into entertainment doing Questions with Creed, giving people advice because I was surrounded by college students that needed advice and had questions. And so,
Yeah.
well, let me try to be the person that If I can't answer your question, I can encourage you to at least ask somebody for help.
Yeah.
And so when COVID hit, I kind of realized that, oh, you know what? I've been answering questions for like adults and
Mhm.
young adults, and people maybe in their like 30s, 40s, whoever would take my advice. Because again,
Yeah.
like 19, 20, giving people
Yeah.
advice. So it was a little questionable. Okay, what does this 19-year-old really know?
No, that can tell me something. Yeah, especially for somebody that's been here a long time, I get that.
Exactly. But I would not necessarily, my approach was not necessarily to give people factual like advice. It was more of like feeling advice.
Or your perspective type of a thing.
Right. So it's just,
Mhm.
how do you feel? Let's
Mhm.
kind of process that. And then I also realized that, okay, you know what? Kids have a lot of feelings. They have a lot of questions. And if Cree goes into these schools or shelters or Boys and Girls Clubs, just trying to answer their questions, that they may not listen, or
Yeah.
they listen, but they may not remember.
Right.
And I felt like I would be doing myself a disservice by wasting my time, and them a disservice because they didn't remember it,
Learn anything. Mhm.
learn anything. And
Mhm.
I was like, okay, how can I grab and keep their attention and get instant credibility?
Mhm.
In college, I would talk to a friend of mine at the time and say, I want to be a superhero. I don't know how I would do it, but I want to be a superhero. So I planted that seed in college, not realizing that a few years after college, it would take into effect. And so I would kind of do things here and there and sit on it. And then I got the strength to finally go through with it and pilot it in 2020. And then COVID hit, and it was like, oh, definitely can't do it now. So I
Yeah.
asked again for about 2 years and kind of started pushing her out there, going to whoever would allow me, in their schools. Some people wanted to do like Zooms, and I'm like, guys, like, you got to see Agent Ask in person.
Person. Mhm.
Very much in person experience. It's an experience. And so as time went on, I ended up developing a curriculum, a 15
Mm.
curriculum. And so on each workshop, I call them Wonder Workshops. So
Okay.
workshop, Agent Ask goes in and we talk about a different topic under social emotional learning. So I took what I was doing with questions with Cree, kind of encouraging people to ask questions and feel their feelings and kind of think about it, talk about it, and broke it down into actual curriculum for children, teenagers, young adults. It's interchangeable. And so
Yeah.
some employees or some corporations want me to come and do workshops with their employees for social emotional learning and manners and self-awareness. That's Agent Ask a superpower. So she
Yeah.
as a superhero. But instead of just flying or having super strength, she teaches you about, how powerful you are, how important you are.
That's awesome. So I feel like every one of us has like a little bit of a superhero in us, in some type of a way, whatever it may be used for, whatever, your thing or your niches and whatever you cater to and whatever goodness you put out into the universe or whatever. I feel like that's your superpower as, just a human,
Right.
your diligence of just being, a good person and doing the things that are morally right and treating people with kindness and helping others and doing things like that. All of those different things are like our superpowers. And if people kind of look into it like that and dig into it kind of like as deep as you did, we could all kind of be like a whole Avengers team out here.
And honestly, that's one of the end goals, to show people that, okay, you know what? This lady got on a whole superhero outfit. Like,
It ain't no shame in my game.
and if she has on a superhero outfit, if she believes in herself that much to walk around in a superhero outfit, you know what? I can take the first step.
Hmm.
I can like believe in myself. I can
Hmm.
literally do anything. So it's metaphorical too, because it's just like, listen, this superhero lady walked by me. What? what can't I do?
Yeah. Yeah. People out here being real live superheroes. What else, can I not do? Right. So, what does the question mark on the front of your outfit represent?
So this was the question with Cree original logo.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Okay.
with Cree, it was kind of like I was the queen of answering questions, and so it's just very much like kind of on brand. So
Yeah.
hey, let me when I create the superhero, this can be
A part of it.
um this can be her logo, but in it being her logo, it stands for just asking so you'll receive. So I realized that, okay, you know what? If I'm encouraging people to ask questions and ask for what
Mhm.
they have to, that's a feeling. Like
Yeah.
you feel good enough to ask questions so you can receive. If you don't feel like you're good enough to receive what you're asking for, then you're not gonna ask.
That's true.
So going into wherever Agent Ask is going, it's just a reminder that hey, asking you shall receive. Whatever it is, I don't care how big it is, how small it is, just ask because you never know who might be in position to help you, who wants to help you, who needs to help you, who can help you. You just never know. And
Who's listening?
right, who's listening? Yourself could be listening if you just
Hmm.
ask. But I've realized that you know what, everybody may not be as and confident as I am at times. And so, how do I make sure that the people that Agent Ask is experiencing and talking to, how do I make sure they feel their best and remember that they're so amazing and powerful and a superhero, like you said, enough to ask for whatever
Hmm.
you need or want?
So I kind of can figure where you got the ask part, especially with it being a part of questions with Cree and all of that. What made you choose agent as the first part of the name?
Girl, I was truly talking to God. I was like, listen, God, I got to ask,
Hmm.
but I need something
Something
else.
else.
So I went and like Googled superhero terms. So I was just looking at superhero terms, superhero names, and Agent Fit. I think it's because it started with an A.
Hmm.
I think that's honestly why I went with it because it just sounded it was it sounded
It
good.
flowed.
Right.
Hmm.
Oh, it had a very nice flow. Because I was just like super ask. Everything else I tried, just
Didn't
woman,
work.
ask woman, Ant Man. You get what I'm saying? I was trying to go after the superheroes that are already created and kind of match their flow, but none of their
Yeah,
matched. And so when I saw Agent, I said, "Oh,
that's
that,
it. That's it. You'll know.
that is going to be it." Agent Ask, Agent Ask.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. So social emotional learning.
Mhm.
What exactly, for someone that may not know what that means, what exactly is social emotional learning?
Honestly, it's in the word social learning, emotional learning. And so during COVID, I feel like there was like a big magnifying glass on just how much we aren't social, just how much we aren't emotional. Just
Mhm.
we look at our phones all day or we're behind a computer screen, and then we were put in our realities and we didn't know how to deal with our husbands, with our wives, with our kids, with our realities, with our homes. We didn't know how to do anything.
Nothing. Mhm.
And so it was like, okay, now more than ever is the time that we start really investing in social emotional learning because we have kids that do not know how to socialize.
Very true.
We have adults that do not know how to socialize.
Very true.
Teachers and public figures that don't know how to socialize. People with influence that aren't being influential. And it's like,
Mhm.
listen, hold on, hold.
Mhm. That is so true. People with influence that aren't being influential. And you know what else? I don't think I've ever in my life seen so many music people of those calibers that are in high places and that are music artists and influencers and things like that with no personalities and no emotions towards things. Like, it's insane to me that, people could be in certain positions and my husband call them closet rappers. Like, they like to rap in the studio and they real good sometimes, they come off, you can hear all they lyrics sound good, the beats sound good, but it's like when they come out of the closet and it's like they're like trying to get on these stages and network at these networking events, they don't have it. They don't know what to say to people. They don't know how to promote themselves, how to even promote their own content. It's like, bro, you wrote this. This is your
But
stuff.
some people didn't though, and that's
That's
another.
true too. That's true too.
Some people didn't write their words. Some people didn't write the movie or so they can't talk about it. So, and that's not saying that, they don't deserve whatever they've received, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I think we have transitioned into this robotic era.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kind of bring back that person era. Like, how do you feel? Like, let's stop worrying about the numbers. Let's stop worrying about the facts. And
Mm-hmm.
literally, how do you feel?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And so that's in in my mind, and Agent Ask's mind, and in Cree Montague's mind, it's about how do you feel? Because
Yeah.
you don't feel like getting out of bed, the facts don't matter.
Yeah.
Feel like showing up, the facts don't matter. Like, if you don't feel like being influential, you're not going to be influential because you don't. That's a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's learning about your social, like your social development, and then learning about your emotional development, who you are, the type of person you want to be, being okay with who you used to be. Like, all of that comes into play with social emotional learning, and teaching people how to be thought leaders,
Yeah.
on they're at work, at school, and then when they go home. Because
Yeah.
it sometimes it changes, but how do you make sure that you're just aware at all times?
Mm-hmm.
Even when you don't feel like it, you still have to be aware of who you are, where you're going, where you come from. Like, and I feel like as a society, we've kind of lost sight of that because now our lives are just in that little picture box that social media gives you.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I also think we have, a lot of cases of other people dimming their lights for others.
Mhm.
That was a message, that my pastor gave at church last Sunday. And they talked about, how you'll dim your light or, dumb down your talents or the things that you're capable of because somebody else may, be judging it or making fun of you, or they don't understand it. So they're making fun of you and making you feel a way, but you know that you're doing the right things. You know that you're promoting something positive or whatever it may be. And then you kind of shut down or go into a mind space of, well, I don't want to give it. I don't want to show it because other people are not receptive to it. But maybe it's just not the right market. You know what I mean?
First,
So
I need to figure out what church you go to because a pastor did that.
yeah.
It's just crazy that you say that because I'm dressed as Agent Ask, but I'm gonna be Cree for a second. I feel like you remember that show Hannah Montana?
Yeah.
I feel like Hannah Montana sometimes. Like,
Mhm.
yesterday, I had 4 Wonder workshops with Agent Ask, and I had
Mhm.
events for Cree. So
Mhm.
I literally was Agent Ask Cree, Agent Ask Cree. It was a lot, but
Yeah.
either way, going to Cree, I realized that when I reflect and look back, I dimmed my light so much.
Mhm.
And it had gotten to a point where it started out just very subtle. Very subtle. I would just dim my light. I would do certain things to ensure the comfortability of others and
Mhm. That's what it is.
do certain things just so, my light wouldn't shine as bright. Not
Mhm.
completely shut my light off, but just don't shine as bright. And then I realized that me continuously just dimming it just a little bit, I eventually kind of shut it off.
Mhm.
I was never turning it back up. I just kept dimming it and dimming it and dimming it. And then eventually I realized that I had just shut it off and I no longer believed in myself and
Mhm.
questions with Cree. And because realistically, that's in media, and you're in
Yeah.
media. It's not, unfortunately, it's not popular for women, especially Black women, to not gossip.
Mm-hmm.
That is our path into entertainment. And
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't come to terms with doing that, I always would just try to dim my light in other ways, just so I could still not necessarily fit in, but just so I could still just
Stay relevant
exactly. So
in media. I get it.
it's like, okay, I can't, I'm tired of doing this. And
Mm-hmm.
Agent Ask, going back to that metaphor, has shown Cree that it does not matter. Like, you can do whatever it is that you want to do as long as you believe in it. And it's like Agent Ash is walking around in a superhero suit, for crying out loud. Why can't you be Cree unapologetically? You know,
Yeah.
like Agent
Yeah.
holding Cree accountable on a day-to-day basis and slowly but surely bringing me out of the like garage and shell I had put myself in. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, if I'm doing that for, if Asian Ass is doing that for me, who, what else is she doing for other people?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a living testimony of just the effect that Agent Ass is having.
Yeah. So I do know, about your past media experiences and that you were and probably still are a fellow media sister of mine. Because media, I feel like it's one of those things that, once you do it, you do it in some type of way, even with your questions and things like that. So I have a question. I know of some of the topics that you have had to face. And when I say you have had to face, they're topics that you felt very passionate about that either disturbed you or you knew of, someone that had experienced certain things, whatever it may be that drew you to it. But you felt that, you needed to stand up for certain things at a point, right? And with us being women and like you said, not taking the route, because my platform is not built on gossiping. My platform is built on shining light on others and supporting people that, are doing something and aren't being seen, the underseen, so to say, right? And so when you're not following the trend of like being in the gossip, being in the, celebrity news and talking about all these different things that could possibly, make you go viral or get your views
Right.
quicker, but you choose a different path and you choose different things that you're drawn to, that you choose to cover and that you choose to speak out about, and especially as a female.
Mm-hmm.
How did some of those experiences that you had and some of the um feedback that you received from others, how did that affect you um as now Agent As? Like, how did all of that bring you to where you're at now, and how do you think about those experiences and the things that you overcame in media and just as yourself as you navigate as Agent As, if that makes sense?
Oh,
And I try to do that without like digging all into it and talking about
no,
different things,
no,
but
no, it's fine. I feel like it's a constant journey.
mhm,
And going back to that 18, 19-year old, I didn't realize that. Like, I can remember very vividly being a kid and having my life planned out for me by 22.
mhm,
I was in second grade, Miss McDay's class, no, Mr. Barnes' class, and I was with my cousin and we were having a conversation. Had to be like 7, however old you are in second grade.
mhm.
And I had my life planned out to literally 22 as if that was the end. So at 19, 18, I just thought that like after 22, this is it.
Like, there's nothing else. I've done it all.
I'm sorry. It sounds childish coming out of my mouth, but
Okay, we was all kids, so
that is truly what I thought. I just was like, okay, at 22, like this is it. And I just had a harsh reality check like, no, this is not it. this is just the beginning, baby.
Mhm.
This is not it. And so when doing media and being Cree and then being Agent Ask, I feel like it's just a journey of me giving myself grace.
Mhm.
Because for a very long time I didn't give myself grace.
Mhm.
I thought that 22 was it. And so I was like, you gotta go hard, you gotta get this, you gotta get this. Because by 22,
You
right,
done.
you know,
Mhm.
crazy, this insane to think about, you
Yeah.
know? But again, that was just my naive slash optimism slash, that was just me being crazy, honestly, young,
Mhm.
crazy. And so now that I am growing and developing, I feel like it's just a journey. It is just a journey. And now knowing and being appreciative of the journey, because for a while, I, I don't want to say I wasn't appreciative of it, but I just was not as appreciative of it as I am now.
Mhm.
I can look back and see things that I did and appreciate it versus shun myself and feel bad about myself for speaking up for what I did believe in and speak
Mhm.
what I felt was right and for what was right. Now I'm just at a place where it's like, no, Creed, like you can't dim your light because the lack of understanding from other people. And you sure can't put on this superhero costume and go and tell people they're powerful and they're strong and that they belong. And then when you take the costume off, you stop believing it. Like it
Mhm. Align.
has to align. It has.
Mhm.
There's no way that God would give you something this special for you to not live and align with it. There's no way. There's no way because nobody else is walking around with a superhero suit. And when they see Agent Ass, of course they say, "Oh my gosh, she looks so amazing. Oh, what is Agent Ass?" And they're curious and they're questioning and they say, "Oh, I need to get me one. I need to do this. I do this," and then they never do it.
Mhm.
So it shows me that
A lot of guts.
it
Mhm.
takes a special kind of person to go and find someone, draw up a costume, and tell them, "Hey, can you make this for me?" Like, and then can you make me another one? This is my third Agent Ask outfit. Okay, so she is constantly elevating and growing,
Are
and
they all the same color?
so it's the same color scheme.
Gotcha.
When I first started Agent Ask, it was just I sent her the logo and I said, "Can you make me a superhero costume?" And she did it. And then the second one got a little better. With this one, girl,
Okay.
shoulder pads. I got a
Okay.
tops, baby.
So, who would be the ideal person or organization to book Agent Ask? And what type of a function would Agent Ask be booked for or asked to come out and either host or participate in?
Oh,
Just so people can get a better idea of like, like what they could actually do with Agent Ask and what type of environments, would be most healthy to bring that into for people to actually get the most out of it.
wherever you want a superhero to be, just because Agent Ask has done pep rallies, she's done
Mhm.
days, she's done just passing out toys for Christmas, she's done things.
Mhm.
She's done back to school drives. She's done one on ones with people, with adults. She's done one on ones with kids. So wherever you would like a superhero to be, she's gone to hospitals. She's gone to shelters. Like it's it takes the it takes away the box. Going back to the metaphor,
Yeah, I
to
like that.
put ourselves in a box and say, "Oh, this is where we would go, or this is what we would do." But as a superhero, you can do anything that you want to do.
Yeah.
Agent Ass can go anywhere. People
Mhm.
that's to make house calls. They're asking her to just come and show up for their daughter that's being bullied and just hold her hand at school. Like Agent Ass can go wherever. wherever.
Yeah.
Sounds so,
Wherever's needed.
but it's like exactly wherever's needed, and not even just needed, wherever's wanted. Because while superheroes make people feel good in their time of need, right, and they come in their aid, at the same time, everybody's not sad. Everybody's not, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is not socially deprived and emotionally insecure and unaware. If that's not everybody's story. Some people really know who they are and they would love to surround themselves with like-minded people, like some people just need a reminder. So Agent Ass can come and be that reminder. Even though you already know, she can just come and put a little superhero sauce on it.
Mhm. I love that. All right. So at this point of our interview, what I would like to do is play a little game with you. I like to play this or that. So I'm
Okay.
going to give you two options. It's just going to be two random things or super random, and whatever it means to you. I'm going to keep it kind of superhero related due to the nature of our conversation. So I'm just going to name some things, and there's no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever you or Agent Ask prefers. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. Wolverine or Storm?
Storm, definitely.
Spider-Man or Superman?
Ooh, I like that Peter Parker, but I think I might have to go with Superman.
Okay. Tell me why.
Um, I think I just like the movie a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I
I
think
like
that's
both of them.
I'm like, I like both of them, and I really like Peter Parker, but I just think that the last Superman movie I saw, I enjoy watching that movie. Like I can watch
Yeah.
it almost every day because it's just a good movie.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. And it's great action in there.
Right.
So, Batman or Catwoman?
Catwoman,
Okay. Poison Ivy or the Joker?
the Joker. I love the Joker.
Do you?
That the Joker movie, I can't remember which one it was, but I feel like it just shined light on just the difficulties that the Joker was going through, and it
Mhm.
it was just that movie right there was a really good movie. I feel like it was more of just like a mental movie and less about a crime, and you get what I'm saying. It was less about that,
Mhm.
more about the journey, someone's journey,
Mhm.
difficulties that they're going through to overcome. And that one, like I said, I don't remember which one. I know the cover art. He's like on the steps and his head is like back. I forget the name of the actor.
Mm.
He acted that part. Okay, he became the
Yeah.
Joker. Like he did a great job. Great. I might watch it today.
Look.
It was a good movie.
All right, Beetlejuice or Edward Scissorhands?
mm. I'm gonna have to go with Beetlejuice only because the scissor hands just creeped me out as a kid. Not, I didn't really understand it, and it still creeps me out when I see it.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm. Robin or Captain America?
I feel like I don't know enough about either to choose. But if I had to, I would choose Captain America just for the colors, like
I
his
got you.
colors in the suit. That's the only reason why I'm choosing Captain America.
Gotcha. At least you're honest. Hulk or Iron Man?
Oh man, that's a hard one. Oh man, because I like the Hulk as a actual person, like as
Mhm.
a person outside of him playing the Hulk. He's a great actor to me. So I feel like I'm being a little biased, but that Iron Man, he was a tough cookie.
Yeah, he was. He was very tough.
Like he was a tough cookie, and when his character died in the movie, that really hurt me. Like,
Mhm.
like that really
It
hurt me.
bothered me. It bothered me.
Hurt me. So honestly, I'm gonna choose Iron Man just because the Hulk is still alive.
Okay, got you. Yep. Give him his flowers. I got you.
Right, right.
Avengers or Incredibles?
Or Incredibles. Dang.
Mm.
I'm, 'cause I'm like, that Jack Jack was something serious too. I'm going to go with The Incredibles just because some of the kids, when they see me, they'll say, like, oh my gosh, you're a superhero lady like Miss Incredible.
Mhm.
Well, because it's not very common to see a superhero woman. And so, and a black one at that. So when they see me, they'll either say, oh my gosh, a black superhero, or oh my
Mhm.
hero lady. It's one of the two. So I'm gonna go with The Incredibles because Miss Incredible was holding it down.
She holding it down for you. I got it. Uh, a Batmobile or a cape?
I'm gonna go with Kate because I have
Okay, because you have a cape. Black Widow or Thor?
Thor, 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 Thor,
They didn't take no time.
and, and Thor is my guy. I like
Okay. Mortal Kombat or Power Rangers?
Power Rangers all day, all day, all day. I used to watch that movie all like every day. I thought I was going to grow up to be a Power Ranger. It was
You kinda did.
right. I'm
you
not far
you
from.
kind of kept that promise to yourself, you know.
I'm not far from it. Right, right.
Peter Pan or Captain Hook?
Peter Pan,
All right.
definitely.
So we're still playing the same game, but we're going to change up the content just a little bit.
Okay, okay.
Loyalty or love?
Whoa there.
Whoa there.
Um, I feel like loyalty. Just because when you're loyal to someone, you can still possess love. But when you love someone and you're not loyal to them, it does something to their it does something on the inside to someone. But if you're loyal to someone, people can respect loyalty.
Mhm.
But confusion comes with love
Mhm.
used against people.
That's true.
So it's like while I love love, I love loyalty because it's like, you know what? I know that this person's gonna show up for me.
Yeah. I
But
love that.
love, it'll have you second guessing. You second
Mm.
yourself, you second guessing them. Now you questioning everything, and it's
Question yourself, everything. Money or power?
I would say power.
Okay.
Yeah,
Time or success?
time. You can build success with time.
Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Now, child, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I don't know about the Ninja Turtles.
You don't know about no Ninja Turtles? What color? What color you
The
picking?
the red one.
Red? I don't know his name either.
I'm like, I couldn't tell you not one Ninja Turtle name, nothing. But I know red's my favorite color, next to yellow. So we
We're
gonna
gonna do that. We're gonna go that way. Safe. Safe. Who is your favorite African American female political figure?
go. I would say the first name that came to mind was Amanda Seals.
Okay.
And while she's not necessarily a political figure, she is the closest thing to someone that understands that policy is personal and
Mm-hmm.
advocates unapologetically, and in the times where I would advocate, I realized how lonely it was. And so she's one of my favorites just because I understand how lonely she is.
Mm-hmm.
Despite, whatever accolades and awards she's received, despite the followers, despite everything, I can look at her and just see her loneliness. I can't really explain it, but
Yeah. If you
going
know, you know. Mm-hmm.
going against the grain is something that is,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it is so hard. And so to see someone and they just constantly show up unapologetically, it's like that can be lonely. And she made a post the other day about, I never get invited to stuff, and
Yeah.
like she made a post, and that just confirmed it. Like, you know what? I knew I wasn't tripping
Yeah.
because it's lonely. And so just understand that there's a black woman that she's alone or feels lonely, but she's not alone.
Yeah. That's dope of you though. I love the way that you put that. What is the worst superpower that someone could have?
Whew, the worst superpower, I feel like I said it earlier, is having influence and not being influential.
I love that.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I would see that. I was up close. Like your husband said, like these closeted entertainers. It's like, how dare you?
Be given this opportunity and this platform and have so many people respect you and follow you and you don't use it for a good purpose. I feel that.
How dare you?
I feel that. It's a slap in the face to the people that genuinely want to do it and that have a good positive message and would actually take it serious and execute.
How dare exact when I say
Hmm
dare you, and you obviously can't go around how daring everybody, but how
We can.
right,
We can do it together. How dare y'all?
but how dare you mislead people that have already been misled? How dare you do more damage? How dare you continue to oppress people that are oppressed? Like, how dare you do something like that? That's it's unspeakable. Whew, man.
Crazy.
When I say it turns me in a circle and I go down a rabbit hole
I
because
know.
how dare you do that?
Yeah. What is the best superpower that someone could have?
Hmm. I would say the opposite. Having influence and actually being
Being influential. hmm And my last question is, what is superhuman?
a superhuman is somebody that is strong. Someone that's strong, not just physically, but someone that takes time to build the muscles you can't see,
Yeah.
to build their heart, to build their finances, to build their ability for people, to build their patience. Someone who is just strong emotionally, so like someone who is working the muscles that you cannot even see. Like,
Yeah.
that is superhuman because, like you said, we're only human. And we realistically do a lot of things based off of what we see, what we can see, which is the point of, H&S having a costume. You see,
Right.
now you're interested, but if I was just dressed as Cree, some people might be interested, but not as interested.
Yeah. It's true.
As humans, we move first with our eyes. And so a superhuman is someone that moves and builds things that you can't even see. And so when they walk into a room, they're able to walk amongst humans and still maintain that super on the inside.
I love that. So, closing out, before we finish out today's interview, I would like to ask Agent Ask, what would you like to leave everyone with? What should people think of when they think of Agent Ask? And who do you want to say something specifically to, if anyone?
Um, I'll just say this, that, and I say this every single time I go to someone or go to a school or go to an event. Um, you are powerful. You are strong. No matter what, you belong. You are powerful. You are strong. No matter what, you belong. You are powerful. Oh my gosh, you are so strong. No matter what, no matter what, you belong.
I love that. How do they find you? How do they reach out to you, book you, things of that nature?
So it's all Ask Agent Ask. So you can go to askagentask.com. You can email me at ask@askagentask.com. And it's ask@askagentask.com. And then social media is just underscore agent ask.
Love it. Well, guys, this has been closing to our interview with Agent Ask right here on our platform, The Gumbo Show. Make sure that you guys find us at _Gumbo Show on all social sites. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can stay up to date on all of our most recent interviews. And of course, her interview that'll drop officially next Friday. And we would like to shout out our show sponsors, of course, our partners with Ali Brathwaite and Brathwaite Publishing, DJ Mohawk of the Atlanta Hawks. And then finally, of course, our sponsor with the Rice Center, which is the Russell Innovation Center for Entrepreneurs, located right here in Atlanta, Georgia, downtown. Guys, I thank you guys for tuning in and listening. Of course, my name is More Ash. We are going to be signing out, and I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream right now.